What if I told you that there is a German village right in the middle of Kazakhstan? A village where just a few decades ago, thousands of Germans still lived. I visited exactly this village, but before I show you what I experienced, let's go back to the beginning. How did it all come about in the first place? In the 18th century. In the 18th century, 10,000 Germans emigrated, attracted by the promises of the then Empress Catherine the Great of land and privileges. In the following centuries, many German villages were established, not only in Russia, but also in what is now Kyrgyzstan and Kazakhstan, among other places. This fascinating search for traces of Germans who once lived in the Soviet Union has already taken me to the last German village in Kyrgyzstan, Rotfront. I actually hadn't planned to continue and visit more German villages, but then a viewer wrote to me. The viewer himself was from Kazakhstan and reported that his ancestors lived in a German village in the middle of Kazakhstan. I took the name of the village, googled it, did some research, but there was zero sources on the internet. No journalist has ever visited this village. No journalist has ever written an article about this village. That means I had no idea whether the viewer was actually telling the truth or just gave me the name of some random village in the middle of Kazakhstan. I couldn't verify it. But you know me, guys, like a madman. I jumped on a night train the next day and traveled 8 hours toward a village I knew nothing about. But what I found there exceeded all my expectations. After hours of searching, I found Germans who had lived in this village and were finally able to tell me the story of this place. Dive with me into the untold story of one of the last German villages in Kazakhstan, called Assar. Guys, to get to the last German village in Kazakhstan, we have to take a night train from the Soviet era. That means there are even beds, and we're going to sleep here overnight on the...
And it smells like...
It smells like old clothes, guys, as if the stuff is 50 years old. Okay, we've arrived. Square and practical, I fit in, like down to the centimeter, my head fits.
That's gonna be okay for me.
So, there's enough space for short or average height people, but if you're 2 meters tall, it's already cramped. Not bad.
I can say Kazakhstan.
He won't repeat the Germans.
One more time.
We are speaking in English.
When I find a Kazakh wife, then I'll learn.
Wow.
Isn't she good?
She's good, huh?
Which one should we choose? Well,
We're already friends, right?
when you marry a Kazakh woman, you have to pay money to my family.
No.
How much?
How much?
Mal?
Malam volle?
Volle.
Volle.
We have Vala. We Vala.
For your information, guys, right now it's 10:30 p.m. The train leaves at 11 o'clock and we arrive at 8 o'clock in the morning, so that's 8 hours through the night. Let's see if we can sleep. Let's see what they have at the dining car. For 4 euros breakfast, for 2 euros, not bad. Salad for 3 euros, so good prices by German standards. And yeah, the vibe is really nice, with the green sofas, with the curtains. By the way, that's what the toilets are like, guys. If you need to use the bathroom, you have to squat like this. Yeah. It's so bumpy, it feels like being on a ship, but who knows, maybe that'll help with sleeping. Okay, 7 hours have passed, guys. I actually didn't sleep that badly, and we're quite a bit closer to the German village. By the way, I've now arrived in the small town of Taras, or, well, small town compared to Almaty. And from Taras, we now have to drive to a village that's about 30 or 40 minutes from here. And then we've made it. We'll be in the last German village in Kazakhstan. The German village is so small that you can't stay overnight there. So for now, I'm putting down roots in this slightly bigger town, in this hotel for, I think, 8 euros per night. After spending a few days in Almaty, you almost forget the Soviet Union feeling that you get again now in the small towns of Kazakhstan, with the markets. Some kind of Soviet Exhibits hammer and sickle on the train that's displayed here. How do I actually know that this is a German village? A viewer wrote to me on Instagram and said that his family comes from there, and he can confirm that it's a German village and that German settlers lived there. And then I threw the whole thing into ChatGPT because there are actually no sources about it on the internet. And ChatGPT confirmed the whole thing, and I think I'm the first journalist who will visit Assar as a German village because, like I said, I haven't found a single source about it on the internet.
By the way, do you know Assar, this village?
Yes, because
I heard there was...
the German church, is that right? I don't know, to be honest. I know that this is a village. Understood, yes. Welcome to Assar. So, let's go. Let's look for the traces. I think our best chance today is to just ask people, hey, was this ever a German village? Where do the Germans still live? Where can I find German relics? I think that's how we have to proceed, because even though the village is extremely small, about 10,000 inhabitants after all, it'll probably be hard to do on my own. We're starting at the main square since the town's administrative buildings are here, and it's the best place for me to ask around. It used to be a German village. Before,
Yes, that's right.
you know where the cemeteries are? The German cemeteries. The problem is, the Germans came here 200 or 300 years ago, and over time, of course, many moved to Germany. In Kyrgyzstan, we were lucky that many Germans were still living in the villages. Here in Assar, that probably wasn't the case, but we won't give up.
I know our neighbors were here. Then they flew to Germany.
I'm in the administration building, and we found the first traces of Germans. Now, I'm being led to the German cemetery in town. Two nice people have now taken me to the cemetery, and maybe we'll find the Germans there.
Die Deutschen.
Exactly.
Almost all the Germans live here. The Germans live in all the villages. Everyone is gone. They were in all areas here. That was during the war. They were brought here. Stalin was the one who deported them from there. But not only Germans were brought here, everyone was brought here. Chechens too, basically everyone. He deported everyone from there. Stalin and the Kazakhs accepted everyone. You got the idea, right?
Yes, you got the idea right. We left in the 90s.
When there was that mass exodus, your prime minister was, what was his name? Massive.
Yeah. Okay guys, the two of them have now driven me to the cemetery of the town or the village. And here I want to look for Germans. On the trail of the Germans. And for that, we'll start back at the cemetery. Many Kyrgyz and Russians are buried here, making things difficult. He also shared much history, saying only Germans lived in the village during the war. And that changed in the 1990s when Germany was reunified, all the Germans went back to Germany. Here rests with God Katharina Stuhlberg-Michel, 1926 to 1984.
80.
Well? I was actually right, or the viewer was right. We've arrived in a German village. The next German. Here are some more Germans, I suppose, with the last name Gar. Here, the lady's last name was Stefan. Olga Schumacher rests in peace. I think you can see Germans really lived here. And yes, it's exciting. We've now found a German village in both Kyrgyzstan and Kazakhstan.
I live for my son.
We only live here for our son.
The
house
is free. If you want to stay overnight, please do. My house is free. Please rest. We have such wide open spaces here. Just go. Just go. My son and my daughter studied at this school. At this school, yes.
Is this a city school?
Yes. The Germans mostly lived in Berlin. It's called Berlin, the Berlin district. That's it. Goodbye.
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 Right here from this spot to there. This is Berlin. Almost everyone there was German. Maybe one or two Russians or Kazakhs lived there. That's it.
This is the center.
This is Weiner Gate.
Kazakhstan? But nice.
But it's nice that they still visit the village.
We were here for 29 years.
29 years. So, there wasn't much built here yet. Everything has developed now in the last... Or how was it back then? Has it changed?
We just went over there.
Just a few houses down from here. An aunt lived there.
We get them, we film and look and film. We found the house here. So you grew up speaking Russian?
Right? Or speaking German?
Was it difficult then?
And Russian, and yes.
That was good.
That was good.
Wasn't it difficult for you to learn German?
That was difficult.
That was old German, it was completely different. Back then there were still a lot of Russian words mixed in, like you came here from the Russians. That was still very old, they don't know any new words.
Down near Stuttgart,
Swabian.
Yes, something like that. But honestly, I think there were too many Russian words. They didn't speak like that.
I see. You've already learned that, right? Yes, I already said. Russian, but it's better in German. I also spoke it in Russian, but you said your family is in Germany, right? Yes.
I have one in Germany, yes.
Good. Which family do you mean, for example? Werner. Werner?
Werner.
Herman is 30 years old, a normal age for children. For children. In Kazakhstan, it's probably 25, not 20, right? Yes.
But now as well.
We've already done it like that. But before we used to go out. We did it at midnight.
Now we're heading into the Berlin area. Berlin, this is Berlin. This is the Berlin area.
Is the...
Here is the...
It's hailing now, guys.
Get out, get out.
Polyclinic. The village hospital. The hospital. How was it with the Germans?
Did the Germans live well? They speak Kazakh in Kazakh.
I'm getting a city tour by car now, and yes, it's quite exciting. The two of them are now driving me to the city's Soviet monument. That shouldn't be left out either.
You see?
Guys, there's a tank on display. Why did they call it the Afghan Park?
Those are the veterans who fought in Afghanistan.
Kazakh was there.
Kazakh or Russian Kazakh.
The monument was built, guys. Shortly before the Soviet Union collapsed.
According to the Soviet Union, 15,000 Soviet soldiers died.
What was life like in the SSR? Was that so?
Yes, that's how we lived.
Cool, isn't it?
And this Yeshak, Gorbachev, Yeltsin, what did they do? Now Ukrainians are fighting with the Russians, with the Slavs. Isn't that good? That's bad. Our people are fighting with the others. You understand, right? That's not good. We've been together with Russia for 300 years already. Kazakhs and Russians have been together for 300 years. Georgians, Armenians, Azerbaijanis, Moldovans, there were many of us. There were 15 republics. And now each one has become its own independent state. Moldovans are now with the Americans. Everyone went to the Americans. Many left. Our guys served in Romania, in Yugoslavia, in Czechoslovakia, in Germany. There was the Warsaw Pact. And now everyone has gone to America, with the Americans. NATO.
I picked up all of that along the way. On top of the crackers and banana. And then 2 more loaves of bread and cookies. I got so much stuff, guys. I can't even eat all this.
Wolf, the German.
Wolf, who lived here, is now being invited for tea a second time, in this house where the wolves used to live. We'll take the bread inside now. They gave me this to take home, but I can't eat that much bread. So I'm giving it to the man now, and we'll have some chai inside. Hello? How many years have you lived here?
They came here 40 years ago. And I've been living here for almost 30 years. I lived in another house first.
It's beautiful, and I have a wonderful place here.
I don't have any strength left. My wife has died. I will now. The plants won't be clean. The plants won't be clean.
There was delicious food just now, guys. It was really good. He talked a lot about how the pension here is extremely low, that people aren't really taken care of. But yeah, it's interesting to talk to a local like that.
Go out, film a bit. Bye. Look how they're filming. And I'm explaining. This is the presidential park. Say it in German.
Here is the presidential park. You see, over there is a gate similar to the one in Almaty. Very close to the village, we have this presidential park. He already told me that Nazarbayev has lost a bit of respect here in Kazakhstan. And apparently, according to him, he's not as popular anymore.
Our years, wise ones. Modern is great. They themselves are Germans, and we sing in English.
And is a human. Interesting.
Is he alive or not?
So, I hope you liked the video and learned something new about this German village in Kazakhstan. I'm still in touch with the people from the video, especially with Nakmet, the driver in the video. He often sends me greetings or says good morning to me, so he's a really nice guy. You saw, unfortunately he has health problems. He was limping a lot. He has problems with his eyes. And he only gets 60 euros a month as a pension. That's why I thought I'd surprise him and use my reach to help supplement his pension a bit. So guys, in the video description you'll find a donation link if you want to support Nakmet. I don't know exactly how I'm going to organize everything yet. I'll send it to him and make it short so you can see the money reach him. Or one day, when I'm in Kazakhstan, I'll give it to him in person, but that would probably take too long. That's why, but I still wanted to surprise him. If you feel like it guys, we can make him happy. Otherwise I'll see you in the next video. Until then.